Has anyone noticed that Morant is everything that they feared Lavar Ball would be? What's going on, everybody? Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Mel. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, let me know what you think about this topic, but let's get right into it. The NBA guys have made a total, I would say, 180 shift to the things I used to see years ago. I'm someone who has called the NBA out several times about the fact that I don't believe they like fathers. Seriously, I don't believe that they like fathers. I think they are pro mothers, unless the father is a former athlete, unless he's a former executive in the NBA, some sort of story they can attach themselves to. But just outright father, nah, they ain't for. I used to talk about how they treated Kevin Durant's mother as she was just an angel and she was just the best thing since sliced bread. Like, forget this lady. What about his dad? His dad was there with him since he was 13 years old. Of course, he wasn't there before that, but he was there at 13, and his dad has a lot to do with his athletic prowess that he has. But I gotta be honest, guys. There's been a dramatic shift, and I gotta keep that same energy. I can't be a hypocrite. I gotta call it out the same way I called out those mothers. The shift I'm referring to is, man, these NBA fathers are getting on my fucking nerves. Yeah, I said it. They getting on my nerves. If you look at Ja Morant's dad, just recently this past game, you see Ja Morant dad is on the sideline with Usher. Now, I will admit, guys, I said to myself about a year ago when I first seen T. Morant, which is Ja's dad, man, this dude looked just like Usher. So it was a funny deal for Usher to be sitting on the sideline. Has anyone noticed that T. Morant is everything that they feared Lavar Ball would be? Everything that everyone said that Lavar would be, that's exactly what T. Morant is. He's on the sideline, talking junk to the players, putting more pressure on Ja Morant throughout the game. Ja have to defend not only the player he's going against for just outright competing within the game, but he have to compete based on what his dad said on the sideline. And who's right there next to him? Karl-Anthony Towns' father. I mean, they get more shine and more camera time than Ja Morant and Cat. It's sad to see, if you ask me. I'm sick of it. Like, you taking the limelight away from your kids. You're making a story about you. Not to mention Trey Youngs' dad. I mean, this dude's been trying to be in the limelight, so to speak. He does a little bit less than those two. But it was a few weeks ago, I seen my guy, Tommy Sotomayor, on the sideline, had a bit of verbal dispute with Trey Young's dad. I mean, the guy has rabbit ears, clearly. Do I fully support fathers being fully on board with their kids? Yes. That's something I've been an advocate for. I would love to see that they are finally saluting and highlighting fathers being fully invested and fully involved with their children's lives, with these NBA superstars' lives. But I do not support you taking the attention away from your child. And I'm going to go there because that's what I do on this channel. I go there. You know, some people may get mad. Who cares? Don't watch. Yes, this is a black father thing. This is extremely a black father thing. The guys I mentioned so far, all are 3 black men. Just like Lavar Ball is a black man. But again, we haven't heard from Lavar Ball whatsoever. He's been relatively quiet and doing his own thing. It seems to be his goal was to make his kids go viral, to make these kids become known. You can say he made his kids get drafted in the top 5, even though they are talented enough for those spots. But who knows if we would have ever known about those guys if it wasn't for the things that Lavar did. But once he got his sons in a position that they can leave and do everything on their own, when the last time you have heard something about Lavar Ball? So it is, to me, a black thing, sad to say. Everyone knows that Archie Manning is extremely involved with his kids, extremely involved with his sons' careers. You saw him on draft day. But it seems to be, if you correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, that Archie Manning seemed to let them boys be men on their own. You didn't see him at every press conference. You didn't see him on the sideline every game, running up and down, yelling at the referees. You didn't see none of that stuff. Can anybody tell me who Luka Doncic's dad is? He's actually a former basketball player over there in Europe or Slovenia, wherever they're from. But you don't see the guy. He may not have had the best of relationships with them, but he obviously has some form of relationship with them for him to be the phenomenal player that he is. But I'm not gonna just make this a race thing. I'm gonna say this is actually these guys trying to live through their sons. This is actually these men trying to live the life that they wanted through their sons. See, T. Morant did not make it to the level that Ja did. He did play basketball. He was good in his own right, but he didn't make it to the NBA. So he's living his NBA life now. I'll tell you the best example, taking race aside, is Steph Curry and Seth Curry's father, Dale Curry. This man, he goes to every game, in the playoffs at least. But do you hear or see him trying to make the story about him? No. I'm not a father as of yet, but as men, we must realize that we have one life to live. It's not for us to see our kids' lives as a second chance for us to get things correct in ours. It's their lives. Yes, guide them, lead them, support them. Don't take over their limelight. Let's grow. Peace.